I mean, last kick is of your career. I mean, how is that? Have you thought about that at all, or are you trying to just take it day by day at this point?
I would say probably take it day by day because it's getting shorter now. I mean, from the last time I saw you guys. So um, just going in, another game, another competition, another cat grizz, and going in with a good mind, a confident mind. Yeah.
What have you been telling the freshmen, just as one of the sole veterans
Mm-hmm.
that are out there? How are you preparing them for an away environment?
Telling them that they need, they need to be loud. They need to communicate. You're going to have to really lock into just the team. It's going to be hard because there's going to be people that are going to be heckling you. So you just have to, with Natalie, she was talking about it, communicating loud and making sure that we all can hear it so then we can all repeat the play and just going on to the next play. I mean, it's going to be loud in there. So, our communication. That's our big thing.
So. Can you just curious?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear some of the fans and what they say, and like does that affect you guys at all? Because some of the I've been a part of this for a couple of years now, and they do the research. I mean, they'll come up with stuff that you never even think that they would say. Like, does that affect you at all, or are you guys just kind of locked in?
We're pretty locked in. I mean, we got a little bit of that at Eastern Washington. So some of the freshmen, they were able to kind of see, but I told them, I was like, our bench is right by their band and their student section. So you guys are going to have to stare one way and you're going to have to lock into the team because they're going to get personal, and that's just how it is. It's competition. So, yeah.
What have you noticed? Maybe from the win, you guys have been successful in this rivalry, 9-1 over the last 10 games, one on the road last year, obviously. So, what's going to take to get it done this time as well?
I definitely think our communication, being disruptive on defense, making sure that everybody repeats the play, being locked into Ben on the sideline, looking at her and making sure that we're getting the correct play calls. I'd also say just onto the next play, moving on to the next play. They're going to make shots. It's going to happen. Just make sure they're earned shots. And yeah, it's going to be loud. It's going to be so loud.
You talked about earned shots. Just defensively, this team, you lead it, obviously. If they took charges, you'd probably lead the nation in that stat. Just can you talk to me about that defensive intensity, it rubbing off on the younger girls, just the standard you build?
Yeah, I definitely think because I'm not going to tell the girls or preach to the girls to do something that I'm not willing to do, and I stand by that. So I think that actions speak a lot louder than words, and if I show them that I'm showing up, I'm laying my body on the line, then naturally it has a good positive ripple effect. And I mean, Natalie takes charges, Ella protects the basket with her shot blocking, and Malia she's a dog on defense. Izzy is she's such a calming presence out there. She gets after it though. She's calming, but she's a dog as well. But I definitely think that actions speak a lot louder than words, and if I'm willing to do it, then okay, then they'll step up and they'll do it, and they have done that too. So
is that why you think you guys play so well as a team on defense, because of that rubbing off on each other?
Yeah, most definitely. Because I mean, ever since my sophomore year and KJ came in, she is another super disruptive player, and we still have this saying. She says, well, if Jack can do it, I can do it too. And I say that too. Well, if KJ's doing it, if she's getting down on the floor, I can do it too. Natalie's coming along with that. I mean, and I think it's a way that I show leadership as well.
You guys seem like you have sort of a sixth sense, like an unspoken communication on defense. You're able to just be so cohesive. Why do you think, especially with so many new young players, why do you think you're able to do that?
Because everybody works hard. Everybody is willing to lay their body on the line. Everybody's willing to get knocked down, get back up. And Natalie was talking about that as well. It is so true. Everybody is willing to sacrifice their body to, for the success of the team. And that's something that I really love about this team. Is I know when we, maybe shots aren't falling, but I know that there's not one girl out there that's not going to work their hardest and give it their absolute best.
Natalie spoke a lot about the connection with this team. It's the tightest team she's ever been on. What in your eyes, being one of the leaders, kind of leads to that, either on or off the
I definitely think it's like in our locker room and in between practices, we love hanging out with one another. I mean, we have so many different personalities, and it just meshes so well. And we have been through it this season with, you know, a ton of adversity, and everybody continues to show up. And I feel like with us upperclassmen continuing to show up, it has been a stepping stone for them to, you know, this is, you know, if they're going to show up, we got to show up too. And it's been difficult. It was difficult, but whenever we get somebody back, though, it really makes a difference. It builds our confidence. I know that it makes us feel whole again, because I mean, when we lost KJ and then, you know, we had Mara out, it feels like it doesn't feel complete. We don't feel complete as a team, and we need everybody. And everybody on the team understands that we need each individual person to be a successful team.
Why didn't this team roll through the adversity? Just what kept you guys going?
I definitely think that it would be Ben's leadership, and also allowing us to, you know, to take time for ourselves. You know, having some off days. When KJ went out, you know, we were able to get in contact with outside resources to help us go through, you know, the very tough situation that KJ was in, because we were really stressing about her. And I think it's just a testament to Ben's leadership, even the coaching staff, how close they are. They're willing to show up for us, and they really care about us. And us as girls, you know, we can feel that our coaching staff really cares about us, cares about our mental health, our well-being. And you know, I feel like a lot of other teams, and teams that I've been on in, you know, my past career would have folded. But we just have a bunch of gritty freshmen, girls that have been through injuries and are coming back. We just have a mentally tough team, and that's not very common, having such a strong, structural, mental tough team. Yeah.
Just take me through, I guess, the end of that game, you being able to come in and knock down those free throws for your team, then just talking about how you really took over the leadership role in that moment with, you know, just the mental aspect of it, and how tough that win kind of was.
Yeah, I took those free throws very personal. I went up to the line. I was really cold. We were sitting for like 45 minutes, but there was a different type of confidence, because I needed to make these free throws for KJ. And her mom, it broke my heart. Her mom gave me a hug after when KJ was down, and she was distraught, and we were all distraught. And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to make these I am going to make these free throws, by golly. And even after the game, it felt weird. It didn't feel like a win. I mean, it felt like somebody had passed away, honestly, because it was scary. So even, you know, in the locker room, we just, you know, we got together, we did a prayer for KJ and her family. And after that, we kind of went off, you know, went our separate ways. We were in contact with one another that night, and in the morning, coaches were checking in on us. We had a really good team meeting. Like Nat was saying, we got all of our tears out, our stresses and our worries, and KJ was there. That was a big thing. The fact that KJ was able to come to that meeting was, you know, it lifted a little bit of stress and anxiety off our shoulders. But Ben really is such an amazing leader. I don't think she gets enough credit for what she does for us and the coaching staff. Just a great group of people, and I'm excited to join them next year. That's my crowd right there. So, yeah.